so you know the correct way, and you're not wasting any of your time. So, like I said, there are these tubes, right? And with the cap, right? So both these things, you want the silver solution soaked in it. You want to be able to evaporate the cap with the solution on the cap, and you want to be able to evaporate inside. So what I like to do is maybe something like this, and I will spray the inside of the tube, causing this droplets all over it. And this is glass. So then I take that and I stick that in the oven, 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And you don't want too hot, but you want hot enough to kill anything in there. But the main goal of this is disinfect the tube, as well as providing a nice silver coating of nanoparticles on or ions, whatever you want to call it, colloids. Silver particles will form on the outside of the glass, and it'll dry on there, and they'll be kind of loose, you know what I mean? They might be, like, you won't see it, yeah, it'll be floating around in there, right? So then you got your flask, you get the cap. Now, you use a pair of forceps or tweezers, you stick those in the oven too, and such. So you get your tissue culture. We'll just show it like that, a little thing like that, and it goes into the bleach. First I use the bleach, right? It's in there, not too long. I don't like to soak them too long. And then from there I do some water, just so that the bleach doesn't interact with the silver. Right? See what I'm saying? So you rinse that off. And so it's nice and clean from the bleach. Then from the bleach, or the water rather, you put it into the silver. Now this is an important step. It's got to be at least, it takes 8 minutes for, it takes 8 minutes for, it to disinfect anything on any surface. Colloidal silver does. Now, because it's got to penetrate a little bit into the plant, maybe give it like double that, so like go to like 16 minutes. So keep it in there for like 16 minutes. You can go up to 30 minutes if you really wanted to. And then keeping this all in the oven, like you're not except for the forceps, you've been using those. And any containers that you're doing this in, yeah, you could put that in, disinfect those. But, so, this is still in the oven, and you want to make sure so it stays in that environment in the oven, and you don't open it unless, you're not getting any bacteria in there. So, you want to pull it out at some point, because it's got to be cool. You want to pull it into a thing. So, in the oven, this is a step I do. There's a dish in those glass dishes, or some type of oven dish thing. You can have a lid. So what you would do is you would put that in there, and then you put the lid on it, and then when this is all turned off, and you can then remove this, and it's kind of in a little sarcophagus in the glass thing. You can wait till that cools down using like a heat thermometer gun to get to the safe temperature that it needs to be. You can do all those steps ahead of time and keep it sealed in this glass, ready to be used. Now, same with the cap. You want that ready to be used. Maybe even like stick that in a Ziploc with some colloidal silver sprayed on it. You'll be fine. Remove it. You don't need to dry it off. Just kind of like make sure it's not completely soaking, dripping, anything. But a little colloidal silver in there will just help you out a little more. So, after that's done, you want to take it out. It goes on a paper towel with another one on top, just to soak up any of the remaining fluid that might be on it. Just a little bit, and the paper towel should be fresh and opened from the package. You don't just want to use anything, but you could, because you got the silver, you don't have to worry. It's been coated in silver. Now from there, you obviously put your solution in. Now this is a solution I like. I like to use that liquid solution, and you can find where to buy that on my tissue culture videos. I don't want to give you the wrong thing, but I found out about that place through the Grow Boss himself in the book. It was one of the advertisements. I typed the link in. Somehow it was still active. It sent me to another site, redirected me. Whoever bought that site redirected me to another site that's made for cannabis. Now it's a liquid. Unlike that, the solution that other people have where it's like really hard. The liquid, I like the liquid better. Because at the time you need to pull it out, it can easily be pulled out, and you don't have it growing in that thick medium where you could probably hurt the roots, or just annoying process of pulling it out of there. You can actually, I've actually done this. If I have done tube changes now, and you just have a few tubes, and it goes like, I've pulled tissue culture out of one tube, put it in its new tube. And from that tube, put it in that tube. Meanwhile, I don't throw this out. And it's good. The caps still remain good. Just put the cap on, stick it there, monitor the liquid. And if you don't see the liquid going bad, that's still good. You can put some other newer tissue cultures in there. Or even redirect this back into the old ones. See what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to do some maintenance on it. If you see some used up leaves, and with the new ones growing through, you might want to cut a leaf off or something like that. But I recommend not even doing that. It forms wax around it. It's not going to really rot or do anything. So any weird looking leaves, like, just leave them on there. You know what I mean? So the more you take it out of there, this is like kind of like the womb, and like it gets birthed from here. And once it's birthed, like, you can run into some problems of like now like reinfecting it. You're gonna have to re-clean it, and then it stresses the thing out. You know what I mean? So I find just keep it in there. If you're doing good, you're doing good. It's gonna be set. And so now back to the discussion with the silver. So you put the solution in there, right? And now that solution mixes in with the silver. And that makes that solution, whatever little particles are in there, are gonna like merge with that. You could even put a tiny amount in the solution, but I mean, it's gonna get it anyway from just having the droplets and the silver or shit in there. So, and then after that, you kind of like hold the cap, like, so the tube's gonna be like this, and you got the cap, and you want to just barely open it like that. You don't just, and then like kind of with one hand, you kind of almost like you're cracking an egg with one hand. There's like a weird thumb motion you make, kind of like you got your fingers coming like this, and like it goes around like this, and your thumb is like this, and the cap would be like kind of like here. You can kind of like open that up and slip in the tissue culture like that. So now you got that, and you got the tissue culture in there like that, and then immediately you close that up. That looks weird, so we're gonna take that off. Do a better job at drawing this. Sealed up, right? So now you got all the silver particles all coating in this, and you got the silver solution with the medium. So you've got like the media plus silver. Now here's where I'm saying the industry is going to catch up at some point. They're going to figure out, like I've already done it, that you can just mix the silver with the media, and you can make media that will never go bad, and it will have a shelf life of like a lot. You can even do nail gold in there and other things. You won't have to worry about, I prefer the silver rather than the nail gold. Nail gold, too much can be a deterrent or detrimental to the plant. You know what I mean? At a root growing stage, you know what I mean? You just don't want to soak roots in gold. But the silver, yeah. So the silver in the silver medium, and again, it's not going to need any bacteria to break anything down. It's feeding off of the sugar solution or whatever that solution is in there. And so now you got the media, you got the silver. And the way it's going to be growing now is you're going to get the roots to start appearing, and they're going to start growing in there. Now, what they're going to do with the they're going to create the media, and it's going to be like a silver solution mixed with it, and you'll just be able to stick it right in there, and it's done. And then they're going to make these tubes, and they're going to figure out a way to kind of like the way I do it. I just spray it in there, and it dries on the side of the tube, and you can just keep spraying and drying it on till you get the coating you want. But you could actually coat glass with the silver and have it be kind of still transparent enough, you know what I mean? Just a thin layer. That's all you need. I believe that's kind of like an electroplating on glass. You could probably look it up. It's electrolysis type of thing where you can get the silver on there, and that's never going to go bad. It's going to stay good forever. And then you can probably coat the cap with silver, and you're good to go. You won't need any lab. You won't need anything. Just at home, just cut it and rinse it in the silver. Maybe you might want to still use bleach, water, silver, and then right in here, that's it. No disinfecting needed because it's a silver. Nothing can grow on that or in that. And if, let's say, a bad microbe gets in there, and he's trying to get in there, once it tries to attach on or go on the plant, it's not going to be able to survive as good because it's going to have a silver environment, and that's going to kill the bacteria and fungus or whatever it is. And you'll notice, like, this gets humid in here, so all that dried up silver all like re-moisturizes, and then like it makes it like almost impenetrable. Now it could still go bad if you I've seen cases where I've experimented to see if I could just pull one out, wash it, and just stick it back in. You do need to go through the process all over again. I would recommend not even messing with it once it's in the tube. Just keep it in there. Don't do any maintenance on it, because if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know what I mean? So don't sweat over weird looking leaves where it's feeding off the leaf now to grow other leaves, and like, oh shit, should I cut that leaf off? No, leave it on there. That leaf will become transparent, and then you'll notice like big dark veg growth coming in and growing out. And it's like, who cares? Just let it stay. You don't have to worry about any rot, bacteria, or anything because it's in a sanitized spot. So now you know the right way to do it now.